What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with a review for Love and Hip Hop ATL Season 5, Episode 2. So let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so the show opened where it ended last week, which was with the fight, the melee at Mimi's coming out party / birthday party for Chris. And you guys, it was ass everywhere. I was thinking to myself, like, now Tommy, the bitch knew she was going to be confronting somebody. And at the very least, a very animated argument would probably pop off. So why the bitch ain't got no fucking underwear on? Oh, nasty ass biatch. Shit. Tommy said she had to knock the smile off of Tiara's face because obviously Sure Enough Scrap ain't did what he was supposed to do, which was tell her that Tommy has been around for at least a goddamn year. And you know, Tiara made the shit worse when she get to telling us about her part-time job at Chase Bank. You know, I know she's on Instagram. She said where she really works, some firm. But you know what? Fuck, tell her at Chase Bank work better for me. Tommy was like, well, damn, you doing all these jobs big time at the firm, bartending. When the fuck you a mama? Didn't you say you had kids? Tiara's like, bitch, why you all up in mine with it? Tommy was like, fuck, she doing all of this? And I'm at home with Sure Enough Scrap watching her damn kid. I was like, no. See, this is the thing with women. You get with a nigga that got kids, bitch, it's a package deal. Okay, you get Sure Enough Scrap, you get little Sure Enough Scrap. But you know, this is when shit go left. Why the fuck you so pressed about my baby daddy? I know your baby daddy. I sit on a nigga face almost every other night. Why she say that? That damn Tiara was like, I know my baby daddy ain't gonna be out there like that. She was just like, bitch, yes the fuck he is. Y'all know what happens next. Your regular Love and Hip Hop ATO fight fair. Okay, I will say though that damn Tommy, you know, she took some notes from Bevy. That bitch got a whole bunch of hits in before security came in. I was like, that's how you move, bitch. Okay, get in and get out. But of course security went in there, broke the whole thing up. Mimi over on the other side of the room, you know, she mad. Chris and I are having a good time at the party. All of a sudden I see these two women rolling around on the ground, beating each other up, and guess what? Carly and Dime are all up in the middle of that bullshit. I was just like, girl, you obviously wasn't watching closely because Dime was trying to get her big ass off the fucking way. Did you guys see when she tried to get that, hoist that big ass ham hock over the couch? Dime was like, bitch, you ain't fixing to catch me. So later on we see Tiara. She got to go confront Sure Enough Scrap because, you know, her ass been in fucking urgent care. Alright, fucking around with Tommy. Bitch done fucked her arm and her fingers and shit all up. Who this nigga got around my damn kid? She said after doing her research, you know what? This bitch got all kind of mug shots. And I was like, she ain't really lying, you guys. Shout out to, what was her name? Miss Spoon98 on Twitter. She sent me this article on Starcasm.net. Honey, you guys have got to read it. I will put the link down below about all the shit that, you know, your girl Tommy, also known as Atasha Jefferson. Now, this bitch done been around the world, and I was just like, oh, y'all told y'all I was scared of these motherfuckers last week, and I wasn't even playing, okay? And I didn't even know the background on all of them, but I could look at a motherfucker in their eyes. I'm good at reading the motherfucker, and I already knew that they was off. But yeah, evidently Tommy, she got a damn red carpet length, you know, rap sheet. This bitch got like around 30 mugshots, just like she said. And the shit that she done been in trouble for runs the gamut from like identity theft, forgery charges, credit card and money scams. I said, bitches, you the one on IG leaving all these annoying ass comments in the damn comment section. She had suspended license, suspended registration, battery. This motherfucker said bus hijacking. I said, what the fuck? We hijacking buses now? Shoplifting, theft of service, you guys, just a whole bunch of shit. Alright, now of course it's all alleged. We don't know this for a fact, but it's out there in them internet streets. And yeah, I wasn't playing. See, y'all ain't gonna have me up on this damn videos and making fun of them motherfuckers, and they run up on my ass and beat my ass because the fucking Kiki ain't never that important. So I just want to make it clear to the King family that this is what I do, y'all. It's just jokes. Tiara walk in on, you know what, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog. Some song that Sass is doing. That shit was kind of jamming, you know, quiet as it's kept. But anyway, sure enough, look at us like, fuck, what happened to you? She was like, that damn Tommy is what the fuck happened to me. He was like, oh shit. But the nigga tried to play it cool. He said, so, well, what's wrong? Why you mad? Nigga, why the fuck is I mad? Do you see this? Nigga, she say that she sit on your face every night. He was like, ha ha ha, no, not every night, because every other night I'm with your ass. I'm gonna be in both places, huh? But he admits, well, we've had dealings. How long you been fucking with this girl? About a year, give or take a couple of days or so. You got my kid around that old ghetto ass bitch? I hold you down. Did you tell her I hold you down? I said, okay, hold you down, ride or die. I'm telling you, these bitches and they terms. I hold you down. What the fuck does that mean? Just take all the bullshit, obviously. She said, you put me and my baby in jeopardy. You got that bitch, you know, she can come up to my window any minute. But I'm gonna tell you what, nigga, what you not gonna do is have my baby around her. So until you get that shit straight, you will not be seeing your son no more. Of course, you know, showing up don't want that. We can work it out. Yeah, nigga, you sit her down. I'm gonna sit down with her. We gonna let her know what the fuck is up. So show enough scrap, you know, he gotta show enough you in trouble. That baby mama, baby daddy dynamic is some serious, ladies. Okay, beware of getting involved with a man with a baby mama, especially if the kids is little. Usually, not usually, a lot of the times though, they still involved with baby mama in some kind of way. This is a perfect example. Now Tommy, you know, she go in, check in with KK, because evidently KK is her, KK calls her mini-me. I said, yeah, see that right there. Like I said, these motherfuckers ain't nothing to play with. KK said, did you check the bitch at the party? And Tommy said, I checked the bitch at the party. And KK said, well, all right then. KK said, look, I didn't mean for all that to happen. Okay, but she need to establish her position. I knew that bitch was trying to get back in with Show Nuff Scrap. And damn it, I'm not going to have it. And you guys, we do get a little bit more background on the King family. Yeah, KK did try to, you know, she tried to make it sound a whole lot less murdery. KK hates Tierra because evidently KK was able to talk her boys into beating the fuck out of her boyfriend, baby daddy, husband. I'm not sure what he was. One of the kids that beat his ass was his actual biological son, Sass. They beat the fuck out of him. They threw him in a trunk, and one of the boys was driving him off somewhere. They was gonna dump his ass and leave him for dead, except the police caught him. When the boy was nervous, the police checked the car. They found, oh, you know, dear old dad about to die in the back of the car. They arrested the boys. KK said that the only way that she can help her boys is if she went on the run, because she had to make this butt. The only way she know how to do that is if she's on the lam. And because she was on the run, she couldn't talk to her boys, so she was talking to Tierra, and Tierra was supposed to be talking to Sass and Show Nuff. Tierra allegedly was telling the police all the shit that was going on where KK was, and that's how she got arrested. So because of that, KK hates Tierra. But you guys, the crazy shit about it is, now I done told you all that didn't happen, and why the motherfucking case get dropped? Just all out the blue. Now I ain't did too much research on it, but the case gets dropped. Okay, even though we got said daddy beat the fuck up in the hospital and everybody is out of jail, now KK and them are trying to live a new life, which, you know, I understand. Everybody deserves a second chance, but you know, I still want to remind the motherfucker, this just jokes. Y'all, that shit was the most hood boogery and nigga shit I have ever heard. I was just like, see, I don't fuck with people like this. Now, sure enough, you know, he got to fix this up because he wants to be able to see his son. So he goes over to Tommy's house, and you know, Tommy pissed as fuck. She opened the door, you know, take the flowers and the candy, throw it to the side. He was like, you ain't been answering my calls. She said, bitch, I ain't been in the mood to be answering no fucking calls. You up there fighting with my baby mama? She was like, I'm fighting your baby mama because you didn't do the shit that you were supposed to do. So I had to fuck her up. I told her that I was seeing you. Nigga, you must think I'm boo-boo the fucking fool. She get the damn roses, she throwing them at him. Nigga, don't be over here lying and telling, you know, she going off on him. And then he was like, you know what? I'm gonna let you have your space. Obviously, you need a little time, you know, with marination, you know. And she just looking at him like she want to jump over that counter. And then all of a sudden, she was just like, well, let me walk you to the door because she came up to my Tierra. I said, bitch, you ain't fixing to sit up here with these non-crying tears. He hugging her, trying to console her and everything. And she was just like, are you fucking her? And he says, yes. Okay, she was like, just leave, Show Nuff, because you tripping. He was just like, well, you ass. Okay, why you asking shit you don't want to know the answer to? She says, nigga, you a liar. And he says, well, you know what? I don't have my baby because of the situation that y'all went through. Even though he the fucking one that's cheating, doing both of these girls, but it's their fault. Yeah, see, I see. Niggas, I tell you. Do you love me, Show Nuff? And he was just like, damn, I just told you last week. All this talking about love all the damn time. Let me just show you. How about that? Okay, Show Nuff. Y'all know what this face mean, right? Mimi and Ariane and Chris, they're packing because Mimi is moving yet the fuck again. I'm trying to figure out why the hell this gypsy ass bitch can't keep herself in one place. Every season she damn moving. I am moving into my own house with my daughter. Chris does not need to live with me. We are not doing that right now. Okay, Mimi. So anyway, they get to talking about the party, the fights, whatever. Okay, but let's move on to something more interesting. Ariane is happy that Mimi is Leslie. But wait a minute, is she? I know this may be confusing for you guys, but I identify as female. Chris identifies as male. So we are not in a lesbian relationship. Oh, really? Listen, you guys. Now, I ain't trying to offend the fucking gay community, okay? The LGBTQSFMRREELOP has been very good to me. That community, they got my back. I got your back. But I'm going to need some fucking help with this because I'm telling you, I'm just confused. I had to get the people on Twitter to put me up on game last night. So we got bitches that's lesbians that don't want you to touch them. Okay, don't want you to touch their titties, don't want you to touch the puss. They don't want to be reminded that they're female. And to the life of me, I can't understand this. Why would you be in a relationship with somebody that you have lustful feelings for, love, whatever. Okay, but you're not, where's the pleasure coming in when you up here just giving and giving and giving and not getting nothing? I cannot imagine being in a relationship like that. And to me, that sounds like somebody is not dealing with other shit. I mean, I understand it's exciting to see the reaction of other people, how you're able to affect them, control them at that time. But, I mean, how the fuck long that lasts? I mean, ain't no end game to this. And even if you identify yourself as a male, but you have, female working parts, okay, so you're not considering yourself a lesbian, but then you also don't have any idea or desire to transition into a male. But it's just like, that sounds like a fucked up ass life to have for me. I just can't imagine. And then if I was the gay person, I would be side-eyeing the bitch that I was with, because now, does that mean that you with somebody and because they don't consider themselves gay that they have no wants to go down on you? Like, they ain't trying to put their face in a place. Then what the fuck is we doing here? If you're not willing to commit to the whole thing and you just keep on saying that you straight, you guys, I mean, I love oral sex as much as the next person. Trust me. Okay, a bitch can just lay there and just be there for hours. Just like, too much information. Okay. But if you're not giving and receiving, I just cannot imagine this really being a for real relationship. Like, you cannot live your life with never having sex anymore. What is that? I'm confused, gay people. LGBTF. FRNNNEQQ. You guys let me know what the fuck is up, because look, all respect, no shade, no disrespect, nothing. I just honestly don't understand that. Rashida, she says that her and Kirk are good. They waiting for the new house to finish getting built out. They moved out of their old house into the damn apartment that was Mona's niece that they was trying to pass off as Kirk's studio last season. Yeah, they moved into that bitch now, the whole family. She said they crammed up, but you know what? They gonna make it do what it do. And it's easier for them to be there because her store is in the mall, and evidently, this apartment is right down the street. She telling Kirk about, the drama at the party, how, Mimi came out, that she's a non-lesbian. Told her about the fight, how's ass everywhere. And then they start to talk about, because Kirk, he did put the money down for this store. He said he can look at the surveillance anytime he want. He saw Mama D in there acting a fool, sitting on the hay and whatnots. So he got the, he feel like he need to talk to Scrappy, because how you gonna send your damn mama down there with this bullshit? Now, Jock and Scrappy, Merlot, they at the radio station. We listening to some of Jock's new music. Scrappy is telling the boys at the radio station, him and Bambi not together no more. He been working with this girl named Betty, but he keeping it strictly business. He got this Grussel Girl Entertainment, this modeling agency thing that he got going on, and he wants his cousin to go into business with him. Damn it, he's in it for the money, not the honeys, okay? Jock is in it for the fucking honeys. So Jock said, I'll do it, but you gotta let me get to that damn ass assistant What was her name? I don't even remember the child's name. So later on, you know, Scrappy, because he, you know, he got to link up the beautiful women with they modeling. He had his modeling call. Okay, everybody in Atlanta is there. Jock's sitting there salivating at the women. Okay, he see the assistant over there, you know, he goes over there, throws a charm on her. Make a long story short, he's able to get her to put his number in her phone. He's like, yeah, bitch, still got it. In walks Kirk, this dark ass glasses on. I said, I can't stand a motherfucker with these dark glasses in the clubs. That shit gets on my fucking nerves. But anyway, he walk in fucking face, same like as usual. You know, where's Scrappy? I need to talk to him. So he walk up to Scrappy. Scrappy's like, what this nigga doing here? Okay, I thought I said I ain't got no words for him. You know, Kirk, well, did you have your mama come up there and sit in the hay in the middle of the store and try to take up for you? And Scrappy was like, I thought I told you not to go up there and say anything. You guys, here go Mama D with the dramatics. He was like, okay, nah, we ain't fixed to have that shit. Jock, take her ass somewhere. And Mama D need to come up with a new stick because we over this whole queen, the palace, and all of that. Kirk was like, so you didn't have her come up there? And he was like, hell no. I can handle it. All right, I just had a problem with you guys not coming back. You know, I'm trying to make sure I have my daughter. Well, I told you I was in LA, you know, and that we had to film Rosewood. I said, these motherfuckers in this Rosewood. What it basically boils down to is Kirk and Rashida didn't want to be involved. Kirk was just like, he shouldn't even want them to testify because they friends with Erica as well, or at least Rashida is. But my whole thing is, when you testify into somebody's character, doesn't necessarily mean that you're saying that the other person is a bitch, or does it? Like, I've never done that. But I would imagine if you're going in to say Scrappy's a good dude, you ain't saying necessarily that Erica isn't. Do I have it wrong? No, y'all? Y'all motherfuckers that got all these broken up families, y'all let me know. And then lastly, you guys, Dee Smith. She is the transgender that we've been hearing everything about. Okay, she is a handsome woman, androgynous looking, you know, that whole Grace Jones look, very sharp features, but not a bad looking woman. She says that she's an artist, but today she's a model. You know, she's going to model in this fashion show. It's a fundraiser, I guess, for breast cancer, a good cause. She's willing to lend her talents. Also in this fashion show, we see Bambi. I was like, yes, you guys know Bambi is my girl. West Coast is the best coast, nigga. What? Always gotta represent. Bambi looks good. She has the look and the body, even though her dress I thought was kind of ill-fitting. So she walks down the runway. Then we see, you know, here come Dee Smith with this old flicked ass water. I said, bitch, maybe you better stick to the artist and whatever the fuck you do, singing. What did she say she did, y'all? Now Tammy, Rashida, and Mimi are there. Okay, we're hoping that they're gonna have a classy night with no bullshit. And Tammy has her eye on Dee Smith. Wow, she's good looking. I think she would be perfect for my clothing line. In the meantime, we find out that Dee Smith has a girlfriend named Betty Idol. Betty Idol is a singer and a songwriter, but she been keeping a very low profile lately, and that ain't like her. So Dee Smith got to catch up with her. And bitch, did you see all the degrees of separation that Mona done slipped in on your ass this week? Tammy wants Dee Smith to model her clothes. Dee Smith is friends with Betty Idol. Betty Idol, this is the exact same Betty that Scrappy was talking about. Scrappy is on the outs with Bambi, and Bambi was just in a fashion show with Dee Smith. Mona, bitch, you best to do it. Bitch, I love when a plan comes together. Anyways, Betty is already team too much, way over the top, an annoying person. She said that she didn't want to, you know, Bambi to see her, you know. She didn't want her clickety-clacking horse feet to kick her or whatever she said. I don't understand what the issue with Bambi is. Even if you are working with Scrappy or you are seeing him, like, why are you mad at Bambi? Because she's an ex? See, I can't stand bitches like that. Immature ass, stupid bitches like that deserve their ass whipped. Then she brings up how Waka is homophobic, tells Dee Smith about some shit that he said about the transgender community, and that 2 + 2 = 5, right? And shit, if Waka feel that way, then damn it, his wife got to feel that way too. I was just like, oh my god, I want somebody to beat her ass so fast. Bitch, shut up, shit. So she done got all in Dee Smith's head, and I guess Tammy is a homophobe by relation. And shit, I was gonna be mad at Dee Smith if she was gonna let that be the judge of whether or not she liked Tammy. Okay, but you know, she sat down with Tammy. Tammy told her she wanted to work with her. And when she told Tammy that she's transgendered, you know, that she's making the transition, and she said it's only been a year, but I was like, bitch, you must have had a high-ass voice to begin with, because that bitch don't sound like man nowhere. Do that shit happen that fast? Again, y'all put me up on game. I'm telling you, I learn something new every day. She says she still got a long way to go. You know, Tammy, of course, the initial shock was like, damn, I ain't know it. But she was just like, I don't give a fuck. What that got to do with me? Okay, you got the look that I want. I want you to be in, you know, model my clothes. D. Smith was like, well, hold on. I got one more thing. Your husband, you know, he was in the interview. He said some shit about the transgender community. Tammy was just like, yeah, I mean, he said some stuff. He was talking about Caitlyn Jenner in that one specific situation. But this is my whole thing. Like, the transgender community cannot be this sensitive. You have to know that it takes a while for people to come around. I mean, not everybody. Some people get with it right away. They don't give a fuck, okay? Other people, it takes a while for them to come around, and then there are others that never come around. So you can't fight every motherfucker that never comes around, okay? Otherwise, you'd be fighting everybody. So what you need to do is be cool with the motherfuckers that accept you and live your life. So I had a little bit of a problem with D. Smith, you know, her being mad that Waka said the thing. But yeah, that's with Waka, okay, and not Tammy. But Tammy was like, I'm fine with it, okay? If you cool with it, let's work together. D. Smith says, let me think about it. D. Smith wants to put Betty in touch with Tammy. I don't know why the fuck why. Because D. Smith already knows that Betty doesn't like Waka. B. Smith also knows that Betty Idol considers herself a singer-songwriter, and when the fuck did modeling even come in? Yeah, I guess that made perfect sense, huh, Mona? Anyway, Betty sits down. She got an attitude already. She say that Tammy is lucky that she even sitting here with her, considering she hates trans folks. I'm like, why the fuck you so worried about whether or not Tammy like trans folks? Are you transgender? If you're not transgender, why you worried? D. Smith seems to be handling it just fine. Let D. Smith fight her own damn battles and sit your ass down and shut the fuck up somewhere. Tammy is clueless to all of this animosity. She just trying to be cool. She wants to invite them to a gathering, an event that's coming up, and, you know, maybe they can meet Waka for themselves and, you know, find out that he ain't that bad a person. Maybe the nigga was high, had Twitter fingers, whatever. Like I said, she invites Betty too. Betty say she ain't coming to that shit. She calls Tammy irrelevant. Tammy was like, well, who the fuck are you? I ain't never heard of you. And she says, well, Google me. That's the new thing now, you guys. Everybody want to be Googled. Betty says, well, who the fuck are you? Tammy was like, bitch, I got a clothing line. Okay, and I've been raising a kid. But it don't even matter because I ain't came here for you. And Betty said, bitch, I ain't never been here for your ass either. I ain't modeling your shit. I ain't never want to model your shit. Okay, you done married that old ignorant ass rapper. And I was just like, okay, all right. Didn't you just say that you was seeing Scrappy? I mean, and I'm not saying that Scrappy is ignorant, and, you know, by any means. But, you know, the motherfucker says brutal for a future. Shit. Anyways, the shit escalates. Betty calls Tammy a hyena. Hyena was like, somebody better get this bitch before I fuck her up. Betty say, you ain't gonna do shit. Tammy jumps up and throws required drink across the table where she's trying to reach for Miss Betty, and then it cuts off. I was like, get her ass, Tammy. Shit. Child, I tell you, I got the air on and everything still hot. Let me get off of here, get back to work. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.